Okay, so we are recording. Howdy, everybody. So I want you guys to meet a new friend and client of mine. I'm going to unmute Dev and Francois. Francois actually flew to Hawaii from freaking South Africa, believe it or not. Okay, I think that's the farthest trip anyone has made yet. And he came out for the 4 days. And I'll tell you what's been happening over the last, all right, I'm echoing through somebody. That's you, Deb. Are your speakers on or off?
On.
You can just turn the speakers off for now.
Okay.
All righty. Well, I'll unmute them in a second. So what's been happening, I offer a 4-day super immersion that I do. And I fly to the person or wherever in the world they are, or they fly to Hawaii and spend 4 days with me. And what has happened every single time, without exception, and yes, I am bragging. I have a license to brag. By the end of the first day, they're pretty much like, shit, I don't have any problems left. I had this list, but I don't have any more problems. What are we going to do now? And we go so far into dissolving all of the roots of unpleasantness and refilling it with so much awesomeness and so much love and so much magic and so much focus to where the new habits are starting to be created. Those old habits, I mean, for Francois, it was 52 years. Okay? And so usually, end of the first day, the person's done, if not by halfway through the first. And then we just continue to make it more awesome. Well, the last 5 clients that I work with all agree, you know what? Let's save that I know I paid for 4 days, but I'm done. Let's just do the 3 and let's save that 4th day for follow-up. So maybe I get back to life, shit happens, and the new me finds out I've hit that point, I'm ready to deal with some more, and then we go back and meet. So I've done that so far with the last 5 people. And with Francois and I, we pretty much decided the same thing. So last night, he finished his 3rd day with me and Dev here. And, well, look at that fucking smile. But yeah, so I invited him to be on with us. So he's going to be on the session with us today. And I had you muted. So Francois, if you want to say, let everybody hear what South Africa sounds like.
I think it sounds the same as everything else.
Not to us. Everybody give him a big howdy and a hug.
Yay!
Yeah, he's do it literally. That's awesome. Okay. So, how y'all doing? I got some nods and I got a head shake. So Renita's got life happening. I'm going to make a wild guess. Renita's got some life happening. So before we go there, and we will go there, who is having something awesome and amazing that's more and more of what they want to experience that's showing up between last session and this session? Is that, I thought I recognized that. Mary Lou, talk to us. Tell us what's going on, girl.
Well, I've been doing lots of choosing and celebrating all the miracles that are happening. So just
that'll keep you busy.
That keeps me busy, yeah. And whenever there's like a quiet moment where I think in the past I'd be like, oh, no, nothing's happening. What can I do to make it happen? I go, oh, I just go back to choosing. So just to give you a couple of examples, Rosemary's actually in Toronto this week with a friend. They're doing a business course, and her friend said at dinner the first night, oh, last night I gave your card out to 2 of my friends who are both looking for a new financial advisor, and they really want to meet you. So that was one thing. That was pretty neat. And this is a good example of how you create what you want in life. So about
who creates what they want in life?
I create.
I agree with you on that 100%.
Yeah. So I'm divorced, and when I got into the financial business, it's about 4 years ago, I kept saying to myself, I bet you I'll meet a guy who's like a financial advisor, because there's more men than women in this field. Or I bet you by all the work that I'm doing, being out, I'm going to meet a guy. So nothing ever happened with the online dating, but I kept saying, I'm bound to meet somebody in this world. So a week ago, a very small client of my firm who had been given to me came in for the first meeting, and we were talking, and he happened to mention a high school that I went to. So I looked at him and said, did you go to York Mills High School? He's like, yes, I did. I said, well, so did I. And I knew from his profile that he was about a year older than me. So sure enough, I started saying, oh, well, you graduated 1 year before me. Did you know this person? Did you know that person? We knew a lot of the same people. And he used to be a financial advisor. So sure enough, about 3/4 of the way through our meeting about his investments, he says, would you like to go out for dinner with me? So that financial advisor male that I was convinced I was going to meet, I met, and we went out for dinner Sunday night, and we're going out after the call tonight.
All right, don't be ducking out off our call early now.
Oh, no.
So, Gallivant.
I told him not to come until 7.
Okay, now before you tell me more, I got to make an observation here, just being the smart ass that I am. It sounds to me like all of that happened without you doing too much prospecting. Inside joke for Francois.
Inside joke, yeah.
Sounds like it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I gave that up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's celebrating. Now listen, whenever we do this, if somebody's dealing with life and I start the session and somebody's celebrating, there can be a strong tendency, even among us spiritual types, all of us here in this group, to think, bitch, why is she having all awesome? I'm struggling through that. Oh, no, we would never think that. Yeah, we could. What if what you're going through, Renita, possibly, I have no clue. What if, Carol, what if anything you might be going through, anything that isn't exactly the way you want, what if it is just as awesome and perfect and leading to more of what you want as the two things that Mary Lou said so far? What if it's just literally a stepping stone, like we said over the last couple sessions, especially the last session? Okay, what if it is? And if we don't make it a badness? Now, Mary Lou, here's the catch. What if you don't make either of those a goodness? It's literally, and I'm not saying that you are at all, because
right.
I'm being really laser targeted. It's just more of what I want to experience. And
it's more of what I want to experience.
Yeah, because he might turn out to be the biggest fucking jerk that has ever walked the island, you know? I mean, we don't know. We have no idea.
For sure.
And those clients might be assholes. But none of it matters. My whole point,
Exactly.
The whole point is we like to, and we're all in the habit of, and we've been very well conditioned to think, ooh, this is happening. This is good. This is leading to, and I like this. This is good. Not knowing it's a stepping stone to some horrific shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we could just as easily think that horrific shit is the bad shit. Okay, so I'm going to make a movie recommendation for everybody, and I want to lift out something. Last night, Dev and my brother, I love saying his name, Francois.
Wow.
We watched the Celestine Prophecy movie last night. Some of you may have read the book. I've watched the movie like 50-something times. And it's not an incredibly great movie, in my opinion. It's pretty darn good. The concepts that they deliver, they do a great job of delivering some of the advanced metaphysical, magical concepts from the book. There's a scene where this is not a spoiler. This is a super important concept for all of us. There's a scene where he's starting to tap into the guidance, and there's something he wants to find, and he's tapping into the guidance, and he comes to a literal fork in the road, and he goes, and he's doubting himself, and he's doubting his guidance, but he's willing. And one path lights up, and he goes, and he takes off. 3 seconds later, he runs into rebels who capture him and take him off and throw him in a prison. And he meets a mentor in the prison who has been helping him. And he said, I thought I was going the right way. I guess I made a mistake. And the mentor said, y'all ready for this? I'll tell you on the next session. So let's get them. The mentor said, it's only a mistake to make the negative interpretation too soon.
Mm-hmm.
See, the path lit up on the right. And I took it and I thought, ooh, I made the right. And then it turns into what I don't want. And I'm sure I must have made a mistake. Bullshit. You didn't know if the path was right or wrong in the first place. You don't know that just because it turns into something you don't want temporarily, that it was a bad choice or a mistake in the first friggin' place. But thinking it makes it so. So if I take that fork in the road, if I take that date, and he turns out to be a jerk, and I say, see, it happened again, or anything related to that, I'm interpreting the event as negative. Now, don't worry, I'm going to pick on taking the event as positive in just a moment, too, if I don't lose my train of thought. Interpreting it as negative, all you will be able to see emerging from it will be equally or more negative than your interpretation of the event. Oh, this is a bad thing. How can you see when you're nothing but an evidence collector? You're a chooser and an evidence collector. When you're conscious, you're a chooser. When you're negative, when you're unconscious, you're an evidence collector. And if you believe in negative, you're going to see negative. Because that's what you believe. Now, I didn't lose my train of thought, so I'm going to pick on positive. If you make the positive interpretation, oh, this is the guy. I found him. You won't see all of the things that are telling you he's not. The worst thing we can ever do in the world of relationships is be looking for a relationship, and nor am I implying, I'm not implying in any way that you are, Mary Lou, none whatsoever. I'm just, this topic's up and I'm doing my thing. And I gotta be kind of radically honest with you guys. I do feel today maybe some relationship stuff might be in order. I don't know, we'll see. I do feel it though, I do feel some. Okay, so Mary Lou, I'm right here back in the center with you, right? I decided 2 weeks ago to I'm not prospecting anymore. I am focusing on how I want it to be. And I would like to share the benefits that I have with those who would be inclined to look at them, who would be interested in them if they knew they existed, and finding intelligent ways to get in front of people and have people come to me who are interested so that I can say, hey, did you know that I have diamonds in my back pocket that might interest you? And the minute that you did that, what changed? Or since you did that, what's changed?
Well, it's sort of like what you were just saying. So I don't project anything negative onto the activities that I'm doing. And I see them as this is something that I do every day, every week, whatever, and there will be some results from it.
Ooh.
some of the time. And
Ooh, I like that. Let me interrupt. This is a different interruption than I usually do. Everybody breathe. Everybody be completely present. This applies to you, Renita. This applies to you, Carol. It's a matter for you to find out how it does. All right. Everybody breathing? Everybody present? Renita, I love you. Smile even if you don't feel like it. Trust me. All right. There's something really significant and freaking awesome here. I was prospecting and I hated it. And it was miserable and it was taxing and it was exhausting and it was stressful for the poor suckers that I was prospecting on. Everything about it sucked, and it was aging me and stressing me and tiring and blah, blah, blah. I hated it, but I thought that's what I had to do. My company tells me that's what I have to fucking do. For God's sake, I've been saying for a long time, when the level 5 paradigm is introduced to companies who are open, can you imagine, Mary, what would happen to a financial services company with 20,000 reps in the field if they all were introduced to the level 5 paradigm? Their fear of rejection, fear of call reluctance, and financial ceilings were dissolved, and their associations with prospecting were completely demolished, and they went out armed. Can you imagine? This will double or triple or quadruple sales at any company, no matter how old the industry is, no matter how long they've been there. Just breathe with that. Everybody keep smiling and breathing. All right. So you said something I consider to be brilliant, beautiful, fascinating, just amazing. Some of the tasks that you associated with prospecting, some of those tasks, you're actually still doing some of them.
mm-hmm.
But if those tasks are not associated with prospecting, they're no longer bad and stressful and tiring and exhausting and stressful and unpleasant. Huh?
Yes.
What? Huh? How's that shit happen? I'm doing the same shit I was doing. The association that I had with it. Would we all back up far enough to quit thinking that prospecting is a specific thing to one thing and realize this is universal? I'm doing stuff that I associated as hard work, as difficult. I put myself in this role. I am a prospector. You know, when you're in sales, Mary Lou, here's just basic training 101. You know, you're going to sell something. You got to start by prospect. Got to have people in the pipeline. Got to have people in the pipeline. And, you know, it's a numbers game and bull fucking shit. That is the Newtonian paradigm, 400-year-old, obsolete, utterly disproven paradigm running and governing business, because up until this moment, leaders in business have not chosen to turn their minds to this paradigm yet. So that's what they still teaching and beating their employees to death with the Newtonian paradigm and limiting their company morale, profitability. Holy shish kebabs. Nobody told us about this. So now we can move beyond that. Still doing some of the same tasks. It ain't prospecting anymore, and there's no stress associated. And if there's any task in my work or in my daily life, there's no difference between them. No difference at all. There's no work and life. It's just life. If there's anything that I'm doing that's unpleasant, it is that I have an unpleasant association made. Period. Could someone make a living in sales as easily or even more easily, as profitable or perhaps even more profitably without ever prospecting for 1 second?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Does prospecting, is it viewed as basically a universally required action in sales and network marketing? Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. So that means we're basing our entire business on a concept that is utter, total, and complete bullshit. A nightmare bullshit. Now, Mary Lou, this guy showed up, and moment to moment to moment, if you're with the prospect, if you're with the prospect, and they are in any way if he's a prospect for a partner, you and he are both fucked.
No, what I say is I want to have the experience of someone being interested in me and me being interested in someone. And then I don't know what will happen. I don't know anything, right?
Exactly. Don't know shit. Don't know shit. And the same way with the prospective client. They're not a prospective client.
Right.
I'm experiencing what I want to be, sharing what I have to offer. I have a set of benefits to offer to people that those benefits are going to be appealing to, and that they would be willing. If I had this and I could help you to have this for this without that or that, would you want it? Best damn sales training in the history of the planet. Mm-hmm. If I had this and you could get this and this with this, without that or that, would you want it? Oh, for this, by the way, for this amount, would you want it? Or would you be interested in looking and learning more, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. There's no prospecting involved in that. I have no hope whatsoever in anyone ever becoming a client or customer of mine. Ever. And you know what people do? They just fucking pay me. They just pay me. They literally go on my website. I tell them, you have to go through this process and then we'll decide if I'm going to work with you. And they just fucking pay me anyway. I ain't prospecting. Mm-hmm. Did I prospect you, Francois? You can just nod or shake. Did I prospect? Not a bit. Francois said, that shit's for me. If he can help me get this and this and this for that, without that or that, oh, I'm flying to Hawaii. And every moment is nothing more and nothing less than all that is and 0.0000000000000000000000000% 0.1% of what is, and a stepping stone to whatever is next. And if I literally will not interpret it as positive or negative, and if I don't attach any unpleasant associations to it, my grandma, who passed away when I was 16, she left her body. She had a couple of world famous sayings that nobody ever heard. One of them was my all-time favorite. She said, don't start that shit and there won't be any. I just love that. Don't start no prospect and there won't be any. Don't start no hoping this goes that way and there won't be any. Don't think it means that and there won't be any. So what else in your life and in your feelings, in your emotional day-to-day existence, what is different since that prospecting spell break for you?
What? Sort of everything is different.
That's what I was looking for. So in your feeling, in your daily feeling, this is going to be encouraging for somebody. In your daily feeling, what's different?
Well, a few things. One is I'm doing lots of breathing. I'm more relaxed about what's going to happen during the day, what I'm going to make happen. I'm very aware of what I project and the effect it has on people. So when you did the spell break, you talked about, well, I started out by saying to you it was about I wasn't good enough, right? And you were, it was great how you talked about you're sort of wearing that label on your forehead, you know, like loser, right? I'm not good enough, so treat me like I'm not good enough. So I've been choosing to feel that I'm more than good enough, and that what I want to make happen, I will make happen.
And when shit happens in the moment, because shit happens, follow an elephant for a little while and don't stand too close. Eventually, shit's going to happen. Same way with rabbits, just much more frequently. Okay? And little cute little pellets. So shit happens. And when shit happens with this new, we dissolve prospecting, not good enough. See, wait a minute. Did you know that prospecting exists as a universal in sales? Because virtually everybody, including every sales manager and trainer, also feels not good enough. So we have to manipulate and connive and maneuver in order to get what we want. I mean, everybody knows that guys want to have sex, but women don't. And so men have to manipulate and coerce in some way to get sex, right? Even though it's utterly fucking false. Everybody knows it. And everybody also knows that that's what we have to pretend. Because everybody knows it, we all know that we have to pretend it because that's what everybody else believes. So we want to fit in and be approved. And we create shit like prospecting. The bane of millions and millions and millions of salespeople and network marketers. And it doesn't exist. And it's the fruit of an idea of not good enough, so I have to manipulate to get it. Don't tell them you're in a network marketing company from the start. Ask casual leading questions. Woo! We are in the deep stuff now, baby. So everything fucking changed, Mary Lou. Everything changed. And now in your daily life, when shit happens, how do you feel about it? And how do you navigate it differently than 2 weeks ago?
I don't think any shit has happened yet. Let's see.
Give it a few minutes.
I think like has
there been a moment that prior to 2 weeks ago, had it occurred, you might have felt unpleasantness or anything like that? Is it possible?
Yeah. Like if I was trying to reach someone and I couldn't get through to them. Right.
And how do you feel now in that same moment?
Now I just say to myself, oh, well, that's not happening right now. That'll happen later.
No big deal. Next.
Yeah.
Right. Next.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is kind of important. This is kind of big. I feel like we're getting to a melting point here. This is like all trickling in. Renita, are you open and curious about how this could possibly be benefiting you and how this might relate? Okay. You guys just stay there with that. Okay. Everything we ever talk about, always stay there. I was talking to Francois yesterday. I think it was yesterday or 12 years ago. He got here a few days ago, but that was like a decade or so, about how if you had an issue with camels, you were terrified of camels. I mean, like deathly afraid of a camel. So much so that even the sniff, the whiff, the scent, a little bit of camel hair, you're so sensitive to it and the fear is so strong. You get anywhere near a camel and you're basically freaking out, going nuts. Okay? And we did a spell break on camel fear. You wouldn't notice anything different in your life until you were around a camel. You would have no idea that anything even changed. I don't know if that shit even worked. That spell break shit, I don't know, might be bullshit. And here's what's even worse. You might get to the camel and not even know because you don't even remember that you had an issue. When we have decided we don't need gravity anymore and we're all flying all the time, we won't even remember that it ever existed. Something that's a fundamental daily reality that affects everything, even spilt milk. We won't even know that it ever existed. Do you get it? Does that make sense? So there's literally things. You're like, I don't know if any shit's happened. That's because when this shit happens now, you don't view it as shit. Now, other shit will happen that we haven't addressed, and you'll get to, and then you apply this same thing to that. Wow, what if this moment is literally nothing more than a stepping stone to that which I've asked for? Therefore, this step is something I asked for.
Asked for, yeah.
The x-rays, the breakup, the letter from the government. Doesn't matter. Thank you, Mary Lou.
Thank you.
Carol, Renita. Hey, ladies. Who am I coming to next? If you already know, just put your hand up. If you already know that I'm coming to you next. And if you don't, I saw your hand move, Renita. I saw it right before you did it. That was so awesome. Hi, Renita.
Hello.
What's going on, woman?
Oh my gosh, I've got infection
Ooh,
in my
yum.
jaw.
Yum. There was a
Yeah.
tooth thing, right?
Yeah, I had a root canal a while back, and evidently there was still some infection. And so that's what I'm dealing with right now. It's hard to talk,
Yeah.
everything. So,
All right. Well, I would like for you to talk a lot. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
So, I believe I don't deal much in the conversations of my work. I don't deal much with things that happen before age 7. I help people to dissolve them. But like starting at age 7 for all of us, basically any illness, any disease, any symptoms, and any accidents that occur after age 7, I propose are 100% emotionally, holographically stimulated. Even tooth issues. And I say even because for me there's no even. I see it all as one undifferentiated mass of infinite possibilities that roots down into a feeling. In other words, if we didn't have some feeling about something unpleasant, we wouldn't have unpleasant symptoms. Unpleasant symptoms are indicators of an unpleasantness inside of somewhere. Now, I've watched over the last few weeks, Renita, and I have come to the conclusion, the observation, that up until now, you may not have spoken your truth and stood your ground quite 100% as you might have and might have wanted to at times. Might I be anywhere in the vicinity of accurate with that?
No.
No, not really. Not a bit. Okay. And I noticed that your comment about this just coincidentally was it affecting your talking. As you have begun to step more and more into your infinite awesomeness and more inclination to speak your truth.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. Now, never,
Yeah.
you guys all know, and I say it again and again, just ask Francois, he's heard it 432 times. Don't take my word for anything. Do not let me be the one, oh, Brian says, no, ain't no Brian. No, you're the guru. I'm just holding up a mirror. If I say something and it lands, let's investigate. If I say something and it don't land, just let it fall on the ground. If I say it lands like that landed, okay, nothing wrong, nothing bad. Renita is getting close to fucking speaking her stuff.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I see it. And here's the really great news, okay? The pendulum never swings from the side to the center, ever. Ever. There's not many things I'll put ever on, but I'm telling you right now, the pendulum don't swing to the center. The pendulum swings to the side, and then it swings back, and it don't go to the center. It goes there, okay? So when someone has felt railroaded, doormat, stepped on, controlled, coerced, pushed, dominated, or domineered for any length of time, they don't normally swing to present and assertive. Usually they swing to, I'm going to kick your fucking ass if you ever try to tell me anything else to do. Get out of my way. They normally become very anti-doormat. Making sense at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know a couple people in my life. We can all think of an example. Think of someone who's pretty much always fighting. Pretty much always fighting. They're fighting for their independence, not realizing that they have it. They're still fighting against their controlling dad. They're fucking 40 years old. Dad's been dead for 10 years, or they've been out of his house for 30 years. And they're still fighting against dad for their autonomy, not knowing they have it. Anybody know anyone like that? I'm just way off in left field completely by myself on this one, or you guys have anything you can relate that's like that? Someone who's still fighting. Yeah, okay, I'm getting a little nods. Nobody wants to admit it. That's okay. Carol's, no, I see you, Carol. Carol's like, yep. Okay, so, and it could be on any topic. Someone who has been totally controlling and dominating doesn't usually swing to neutral and present. Usually they're like, oh man, and they don't even want to, when they wake up, they don't even want to ask for anything at all for a little while. They're like, no, let me. And then eventually after a few swings, we find I can love and respect and listen and understand and ask and be present in my connections. So Renita, there's the very real risk. I don't believe in risk. There's the very real risk of you letting go of yourself here and becoming loud and badass and stirring some shit up.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Am I? Yeah, you haven't
Not
said
you.
a word.
Not used to that.
I know, and you have not said one single word that has given any of us any indication of what I just said. I just see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, everybody, when you go back and watch the previous sessions, remember what I just said and watch Renita. And just see if you feel what I just said so you can start your own spell breaking mastery, okay? Until we start the certification program training level 5 ninjas. So Renita, The good news is, I don't believe in good. The good news is, you don't actually have to swing all the way. You literally could let go of this place of being a doormat and feeling like a doormat and feeling like a martyr and feeling like what they think and what they say and what they want matters, but what I think and I say and I want doesn't matter. You could literally let go of all of it, drop to the center, and begin to speak your truth. Now, maybe you might feel some concern, well, if I speak my truth, it never went well when I spoke my truth before.
Plus, the words don't come out the way I want them to.
Up until now.
Up until now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody breathe with Renita, please. Ready to deal with this, Renita?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be really intense and scary. Nah, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Okay, so keep breathing. And if you will, go ahead and close your eyes. I am going to invite you to breathe for just a moment. And I know my sweetie would go get me some water, but I'm going to take this moment anyway. I'm going to go get me some water. So just you sure, honey? I don't mind walking over there. I was going to let her breathe for a minute anyway. So Renita, breathe. Everybody, please breathe. Please join Renita. Close your eyes. Relax. You're her. Make no mistake. You are Renita just as much as I'm Renita. And Renita's me and you just as much as she's Renita. Let that in. And I want you all, us all, thank you, my love. Everybody feel for just one moment. I'm going to wait for Deb to sit back down. This will be super important for her too. Okay, everybody breathe. Feel that emotion. I'm going to say some words. If it feels true, if it lands for you, feel it. And if it doesn't, let it drop to the floor. Don't stretch it to make it fit. And don't deny if it fits perfectly. Just be there. Be breathing. Be present. Feel all that emotion, Renita. This has been building and building and building. I dare say it's a huge element of why you decided to work with me. Though you've never said a word about it. When I speak what I really feel, that shit don't go well. And they don't like it, whoever the hell they are. And the words usually don't come out near the way I want them to. So I'm just gonna shut the hell up and deal with it. Everyone breathing deeply and presently. And moving now into our gut. When I speak, especially when I speak what's important to me, when I speak what I want, when I step into that space, it doesn't go well. They don't like it. I get in trouble when I speak my truth, my desire, my preference. I get in trouble. They don't like it. And the words don't come out and I don't feel good. So I just kind of backed up into this corner. It's not that bad. I won't be alive that much longer. I can endure it for another few decades. Until it starts to rot in my fucking mouth. Breathing. So I'm just going to keep it in, like I always have. So Renita, if you would just drop into your belly, and if I sense a lot of resonance here, I must say. Okay, so if you would please say out loud, drop in your belly and say out loud, when I speak my truth, it doesn't go well.
When I speak my truth, it doesn't go well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And let's also say a variation of that. Let's say, when I speak my truth, I get in trouble.
When I speak my truth, I get in trouble. My kids leave me.
What?
My kids leave me.
Yeah. Okay. My kids leave me. I get in trouble. I get punished. When I speak my truth, I get punished for it. Feel truth in that? Okay. When I speak my truth, I get punished for it. Or I pay. Now there's a good, pure one. When I speak my truth, I pay for it.
When I speak my truth, I pay for it.
There's a price.
Yes, there's a price.
Perfect. Now feel that. Feel that. Now, I really would like to ask you a question. Is it true that speaking your truth has a price, or is it possible that up until now, speaking your truth came with a price? Is it possible that that was only true up until now?
Yes.
Okay. So when you feel that possibility, well, maybe that was only up until now. I mean, I don't know for sure, because in this very moment, I'm not sitting speaking my truth about what I want to anybody, so I don't actually know. So please say out loud and feel what happens in your body as you say, up until now, when I spoke my truth, it came with a price.
Up until now, when I spoke my truth, it came with a price.
Now, when you say that, how do you feel?
Better.
Yeah, there's a difference. So notice what the better is, because better is poisonous, because then you'll be running from worse. When you say the second one, I want you to feel your body respond. And let's say the first one again. When I speak my truth, I get in trouble and I pay a price.
When I speak my truth, I get in trouble and pay a price.
And feel how that feels, and feel the look on your face. Feel it all. Now shake your butt for a minute. Push that reset button. Perfect. Now drop right back into your gut. Feel your body respond as you say out loud, up until now, when I spoke my truth, I got in trouble.
Up until now, when I spoke my truth, I got in trouble.
There was a price.
There was a price.
Now feel the difference and tell me what's different in your body, first of all, when you say that second one.
I feel freer.
Much freer.
Like I don't have to hide it.
That's right. You know why? Because the first statement's a big fucking lie. I mean, I know it has seemed to be very true. I totally get that. I'm not disputing that it seemed true, that it appeared true to you. In your experience, it was true. However, the second statement is obviously much more true, isn't it? Up until now. The fuck, I don't even know. Now I'm not speaking. What if I speak my truth passionately and openly and it all flows? Now, please say out loud, when I speak what I really want, the words don't come out right.
When I speak what I really want, the words don't come out right.
Ooh, feel that one. Ooh, and feel all the price that you pay when you say it and it ain't right, and they look at you funny, and you feel stupid, and you feel I fucked up again. Yeah. Now, is it possible that that was only true up until now? Like, actually, you might go in the other room and speak your truth to someone or pick up the phone, and you might actually find that the words literally flow out with such power that the other person kind of perks up and takes notice? Is that possible that that was only up until now?
Yes.
It is possible. So please feel your gut, drop into your gut, and speak out loud and say, eyes closed, breathing deeply, and say out loud, please, up until now, when I spoke, the words didn't come out right.
Up until now, when I spoke, the words didn't come out right.
Now feel that. Is it possible that that's like as true or maybe even possibly more true than the other thing you were saying?
Yeah. I was even able to uncross my legs at that point.
Ooh, loosen up a little bit. I don't know. I know it did, but I don't know now. I know it did. Now, what you smiling about? We ain't changed anything. Get back to your misery, young lady. We are not ready for that smile yet. Okay, so now I've got a really potentially more impactful question for you. Is it possible? Now, I know that up until now, your experience was that when you speak your truth and your desires, you get in trouble and the words don't come out right because of that. I get all that. I know it. I understand completely. Totally respect it. Eyes closed, breathing deeply in presence. Welcome, Andrea. You're already in the flow. It doesn't even matter. You're already in the flow. So up until now, I know that you perceived that when you spoke, there was a price and it didn't go well. You end up in trouble and the words didn't come out right. Now, if I knew that when I was going to speak, I was going to get in trouble, I seriously doubt the fucking words would come out very right. How about you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I have a really significant, potentially impactful question for you. And that question is it possible that maybe, not drawing any conclusions here, but maybe speaking your truth wasn't what brought the price and created the trouble? Maybe it was something else. Maybe you just perceived that speaking your truth was what caused the trouble and cost the price. Is that possible that it was something else?
It's possible.
It is possible. Breathe that possibility for just a minute. Shake your butt. Drop into your gut. And please feel your body as you say out loud, up until now, I perceived that speaking my truth got me in trouble.
Up until now, I perceived that speaking my truth got me into trouble.
But I have no idea.
But I have no idea.
I really don't know.
I really don't know.
It might be something else.
It might be something else.
I feel that. Feel that. All this time, all these years, all that evidence, or when I speak what I really want, when I speak my truth, my kids leave, I get in trouble, so it's obviously my fault for speaking my truth. I have no point speaking my truth. I have no place. There's no right. I have no right and no space, and I might as well just fucking deal with it, accept it, and let it in. What they want is important. What I want is not that important. That's just my lot in this life. Play the cards you're dealt. Deal with it. Buck it up, buttercup. Get the fuck over it. Now go make me a sandwich. That's what I felt. That's what I perceived. That's what I believed. But what if that was never actually the case? What if that actually never was actually it? What if just the weirdest possibility that maybe that wasn't actually the issue ever? What if it was something else? What if, I don't know, what if it was what they thought that was the issue, not what I said? What if they had issues hearing someone speak their fucking truth? What if they were so fucking selfish and unconscious of it that they perceived me wanting what I wanted as me being selfish? They told me that and I was impressionable and I believed it. What if they convinced me that selfishness was wrong while they were being immeasurably selfish, and I got pissed off about how unfair it was and I started poisoning myself with my pissed offness that I didn't voice because I knew the words would come out wrong and I'd get in trouble. Oh, what a nice cycle I set up for myself. Whew. And then I blame them. Oh, I'm good. So up until now, I perceived that speaking my truth caused trouble. And feel your body respond when you say it out loud this time.
Up until now, I perceived. Oh, what was that?
I have no fucking idea. Do you? I have no, what the hell? No. Cheese? I don't know. Up until now, you're not scared of camels anymore, are you? Up until now, I perceived that speaking my truth got me in trouble.
Up until now, I perceived that speaking my truth got me into trouble.
But I have no idea.
But I have no idea if that's true.
I don't know if that's true. So I want you to breathe now like never before. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true. I don't even know if it's true. I knew for 50, 60 fucking years. I knew that in every bone in my body. And it was holding all that shit in the bones of my body. And now I have no idea. Glue, knowing is the glue that holds the quantum soup into the shit of yesterday. I don't want yesterday's turd on today's dinner plate. Flush that motherfucker and keep going. Okay, I have no idea. I don't know if speaking my truth causes that. I mean, I know that I forgive myself because I had absolute evidence of it. And I'm an evidence collector. When I'm not consciously choosing, I'm collecting evidence about all the shit I already chose. And I have been the ninja master at collecting evidence of how when I speak, I get in trouble. And believing that, deeply believing and knowing that when I speak my truth, I get in trouble, but my words don't come out too good. That's not how you think about that. How could they come out well? But right now, I don't know whether my words come out well or not. I don't give a shit. If I'm saying what I want and you don't understand me, I will say it again in different words this time. If necessary, I will write you a letter or send you smoke signals. If the words don't come out right, I don't care. And by the way, what I want fucking matters. By the way, up until now, it was, well, I've gone this long without what I want. What's a few more decades, then I'll be dead anyway. Fuck that. Let's party. Well, starting today. So we went in a few minutes, my dear. We went from when I speak my truth, I get in trouble, to up until now, when I spoke my truth, I got in trouble, to I have no fucking idea. I don't even know what did happen. I only know what I perceived happened. It might not have been that at all. It might have been something entirely different. In fact, there could have been one moment in my life when I spoke something I wanted around someone who was unwilling, unable, or in a place and time in that moment where they were completely unresourced to hear what I had to say. They disregarded, disrespected, dishonored. I wish I had a few more diss words. They dissed my shit in that moment. And as a little girl with vulnerable feelings in a home where everybody wasn't always present to each other, there wasn't always rivers of dripping love like honey running down the walls, kindness and sensitivity and gentleness. There wasn't unconditional love 24/7. We were all already low on resources, and I was already fairly sure that I didn't fucking matter anyway. And in that one moment of them completely dissing me and my most heartfelt expression, I decided what I want doesn't matter, what they want matters. I might as well shut the fuck up. And when I speak what I want, look, I get in trouble. And I've been carrying that shit in my bones, in my teeth, in my jaw, in my throat for quite long enough. Sitting silent when I wanted to say I would prefer that. Literally teaching the people around me how to disrespect my wishes. Resenting them for not doing what I wanted when I had not asked for it. Teaching everybody around me, pardon me, but would you please show me that what I want is completely unimportant? Breathe, Renita. Breathe, everybody. This is for you now. If you can hear my voice, this is for you. You got some of this in you. I've had some of it in me too. Oh, yes, we have. Do not deny that. On some flavor. If you're denying that you've had any of it, you simply haven't opened up and breathed big enough to let in the aspect where this does touch. So, Renita, as we have discussed before, and we will discuss again, what if, let's look at an analogy, and then I'm going to make an example. Please, everyone breathe big now. A little more air in than normal, a little more air out than normal, and become present. Let the emotion ride out on those waves, and let the insight settle in to replace what you thought you knew. What we call reality, all of it, is the infinite waves of possibility collapsing into what we know. And therefore, reality, the universe, is 0.00000000000000001% of infinite possibilities. We have hypnotized ourselves to only notice physical reality. Therefore, we miss 99.99999999999999987% of the infinite possibilities we are in. And we experience again and again and again only that which we know, all of which is fucking bullshit. Knowing is the glue that holds the infinite quantum soup of possibilities into the turd of yesterday. The known. One of the great seers has a poetic quote, and I awakened to find that my only tormentor all along was that part of myself left over from yesterday. And I awakened to find that my only tormentor all along was that part of myself left over from yesterday. And so let's picture the scene. A 4-year-old little girl walks around, and she's on her way to school when somebody walks up and kicks her on the ass. Not nice, not friendly. It kind of hurts. She said, "What's up with that?" And she's getting closer to the school ground. And as the crowd of kids gets thicker nearing the school ground, she gets kicked 3 more times in the ass. What is this? What? I don't know what's going on here. Throughout the day, she receives 20, 30, 40 kicks. And as her butt really begins to hurt, she reaches back to touch it like, and she feels the piece of paper, which she peels off and sees that at some point she sat on a piece of paper that said, kick me. Some nice person helped her out by writing kick me on one side and putting tape on the other side. And then she sat on it unknowing, unconscious. She went through her life that day with a kick me sign. And everybody that saw her obeyed it. No one ever said, excuse me, you have a kick me sign on your ass. Now, similarly, we have a moment in life when we make a decision. I'm the one who's not loved. I am the ugly one. I'm the one who, when she speaks, they don't care, and I get in trouble. I am the one who only gets loved when I'm ill, because that was the day Mom let me stay home from school and actually touched my forehead a few times. I'm the one who suffers from blank. We learn that in that moment. And being infinitely powerful creators, we go through the remainder of our life, not with a kick me sign on our ass, but with a show me I'm not good enough signal broadcasting out into the universe. Please show me that what I want doesn't matter and that when I speak, I get in trouble. And for the rest of our lives, everywhere we go, every person that we meet basically shows us that what we want most and that speaking our truth gets us in trouble. Now, here's the freaky thing. They're not at the level of consciousness the way that you have created them. They're not at the level of consciousness to see you and meet you and say, pardon me, sweetheart. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but you have a kick me sign on your ass. But actually, technically, it's a show me that what I want isn't important, and please give me trouble when I speak my truth. You have that emanation coming off of you, and I'm just curious, would you like to continue that, or would you prefer to become aware of it and like change that? What if every single person who ever showed you that what you want is not important, yes, him too, her too, and definitely them. What if every single one of them was only obeying the signal that you broadcast? I have come to the conclusion that when I speak, the words don't come out well. When I speak what I really want, I get in trouble, and that speaking my truth, others don't care, and it only makes trouble for me. You broadcast that signal, they receive it, they obey it, so they show you that that's what you're broadcasting, but they don't really have your permission, nor do they have the consciousness to tell you this is what you're broadcasting, sweetheart. Instead, they show you that's what you're broadcasting, and the onus is on you, the opportunity is on you in every single moment to realize, oh my God, what would I have to believe in order for someone to show up and show me this behavior? And up until this moment, you chose not to have that realization. You chose to get your feelings hurt. No offense. We all do it till we don't. You chose to take it personally. You chose to believe. See, that proves that No, it doesn't prove that it's true. It proves that you're fucking broadcasting it to everybody. Now, here's the irony. Those people who have shown you so beautifully that everything you have to say doesn't matter and that speaking your truth gets you in trouble, do they do that to everybody else? They only do it to people that broadcast that signal, baby. Oh, you mean he? Well, what if I pick up the phone and tell him now? What'll happen? I don't fucking know. I don't actually know. Now, are you willing to really allow yourself to admit and see that you don't know? I mean, really,
Yeah.
Renita? Really, really? You're really willing to let in that you don't know? You could pick up the phone and call them right now and get a totally different response. Are you willing to consider that possibility? Yes or no?
Yes.
You are. Are you also willing to consider the possibility that if they gave you a similar response, you might be able to interpret it as something else?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Because I don't know. I don't know that what I speak gets me in trouble. I don't know that I only know that that's how it was, and I don't even fucking know that. All I know is that up until now, I perceived it that way. That's the only thing I can honestly actually know. Let us not skim past that point. This is not some woo-woo fucking technique to hypnotize you out of your bullshit. This is us becoming aware that it was bullshit if we're willing to acknowledge it and see the possibility that it was bullshit. I don't fucking know, and I never did. I never knew. I never did know. It doesn't matter how convinced I was or how long I was convinced. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know. Look at all the other shit. Tell your mind right now, hey, mind, do a quick sweep. I don't even know, but do a quick sweep over all the other things like that I thought I fucking knew, and just let's release those now too. I don't know. I don't know that I'm ugly. I only know that I perceived that by a few people saying it when I was a kid. I don't know that I'm stupid. I don't know that somebody said that and I didn't pass the test and they did, and I don't know. I don't know that what I want isn't important. Who the fuck is the judge of that anyway? Where'd I get that shit? Oh my God, I made these unreasonable conclusions as a child, completely understandable, being raised by idiots who I created to pretend to be idiots because they're all secretly, infinitely, unlimited, perfect, complete beings. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure that 3 more powerful words have ever been spoken. I don't know. Willing to find out. I am willing to start speaking what I want. And who cares if the words don't come out right? I'll do it again. Well, I think if he looked at me like I'm stupid one more time, I might die or kill him. Breathe. Breathe. Renita, what if what you want matters? What if it only matters to you? What if the only thing that was ever necessary was for it to matter to you? Well, I really want to go pee right now, but I'm not sure how anybody else will feel about it. So I'm going to get a consensus from everybody else. Let me call everybody I know. Is it okay? I need to pee right now, and I would like to. Is that okay with them? Let me make sure, because if it's okay with them, if what I want is important to them, I'll be able to go do it. Fuck that. I want a popsicle. Screw y'all. I'm going to get one. I don't care if you think it's okay for me to have it or not. Now, there are some things that I want that do involve other people at times. But them not thinking it's okay for me to have it or want it doesn't really mean anything. I could choose to be around people who do value what I want. But you know what the ironic thing is? The beautiful irony behind all this is that until you let it really matter to you what you want, don't be surprised when they show you it don't matter to them. You've got to start loving you, baby. You got to start letting what you want be enough. Well, I would like that. I do want that. I do want to have that experience. Yes, I do. Renita, I want you to look back at the last 7 people. And I don't care if it's 5 or 10. Doesn't really matter to me. Just see them. Line them up side by side. The last X people who showed you that what you want doesn't matter and isn't important, please. Line them up. The ones who showed you that, man, when you spoke, let's definitely include your kids in this one. So I want you to line them all up side by side, best you can, and look in their eyes right now with the absolute knowing. Well, you know what? We'll get to the knowing in a minute. Let's get to the acceptance of the possibility. Are you willing to accept the possibility that every one of them was only obeying the sign you were broadcasting? Please show me that when I speak what I want, I get in trouble. Are you willing to accept that possibility? You are. So look at every single one of them, look in their eyes, and allow yourself to think and feel and see up until now. All of you were always and only showing me that I believe that what I want is not important, and that when I speak my truth, I get in trouble. Just look at them and accept that possibility and look in their eyes, each of them, and see what they did and what they said. And you interpreted it as you did, but it didn't mean that. You guys were actually only obeying me and showing me that I believe it, and giving me an opportunity to awaken from that. Now, when you do that, you find yourself literally forgiving them in the deepest sense. Now, let's be really honest. Could you thank them for showing you that you believe that? Could you look in their eyes right now after that horrific, unbelievable evil that they did wasn't horrific or evil? All they did was showed you, hey, Renita, you believe this, so we're going to show you what you believe. You called us into your presence. Could you thank them?
Yes.
So look at them one by one. Look right in their eyes and thank them. Thank you for showing me that. 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 I let you and me both off the hook. What a funny dance we did. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for showing me. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for showing me. Thank you for showing me. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for showing me. And see them smiling. And see that kind of knowing wink, that knowing smile. That shit was fun. And we can flush it right now. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore. Mama has decided that what she wants is important to her. And she's also decided that she really doesn't care that much whether anybody else thinks so or not. And no matter how much hate or war or battle we may appear illusorily to have here in the physical, just up the light tube a little bit, we're all dancing naked and celebrating the humor of the whole thing. This masquerade of pretending to be victims, pretending to not be loved. Are you willing to start speaking your truth a little bit? Maybe more than a little bit? Maybe more than a little bit. What's something you would like to start experiencing more of, Renita? Everybody get ready to frown at her. You can open your eyes, honey. Everybody get ready to frown Let's all show her that what she wants doesn't fucking matter. But no, wait, don't frown yet. Not yet. We gotta frown after she tells us. She's gonna tell. What is something you would like to experience more of?
More of being free for myself.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
For being
That's not okay with us. I don't know. Please don't even go there. You, Freedom?
Yeah. I want to be free of all my junk.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's not okay. Now, you're so close to getting in trouble right now.
I know.
So what else? What else do you want more of?
Being able to tell people that I love them and also be able to receive their love.
Okay. Let's go to the very root of that. And we could take 40 years of therapy, or we could just do it right now. Which would you prefer?
Right now.
All right. So close your eyes. Put your hands on your heart and say, I love you, Renita.
I love you, Renita.
I love you with all my heart.
I love you with all my heart.
You are perfect.
You are perfect.
I forgive you for everything you've ever done and everything you've never done.
I forgive you for everything you have done and everything you haven't done.
Everything you want is beautiful and perfect.
Everything you want is beautiful and perfect.
You have my permission to want anything you want.
You have my permission to have anything that you want.
And your wanting it is beautiful.
And your wanting it is beautiful.
Now open your eyes. I got bad news. Ultimately, you can never receive love from anyone else. Ultimately, you can't. And here's the great news. That's because it's all already, always yours. All of the love in the universe flows into being through you. Everything in the universe, there are no separate things. It's all you. The universe is you. The universe is your body. And you are infinitely more than the universe. The universe is only 0.000000000000001% of the infinite possibilities that you are and that you make possible. See, that's why you might benefit from breathing even bigger to let some of that shit in, okay? So everyone and everything is actually aspects and mirrors of the one. And it's all in you, and it all is you. So technically, no one can ever love you, and that's not bad news. That's just a technicality. Technically, there's no such thing as a law of attraction. Technically, there ain't a fucking universe here. So we let that in, then all the complexity falls off. I just want to feel love. I don't really give a shit who it's from. I don't care who it's from. I don't know that it is from. I don't know that there is a to and from. If there's no physical universe here, and if there's anything, since the universe comes into being through me, then anything that I want that I'm not experiencing, the only way that's possible is me holding it away from myself. And what if it was as simple as me beginning to love myself? What if that's all it ever could be? And what if the minute I start to truly love myself, those who don't want to participate in that start floating away, and those who do start showing up? Now, the synchronicity, there's no such thing as synchronicities. That's a misunderstanding. There's only one synchronicity. The universe is a coincidence. It's a coinciding of everything, which is not separate things. It's one thing. Isn't it interesting? We started with Marilyn. You guys ever notice when you watch these sessions or you watch the replays, everything goes in this flawless order and it always ties up in a bow at the end? It's like, what the hell? How do we do that? Okay, Mary Lou started loving herself. How did she do it? She quit fucking prospecting, which is hating yourself. She thought she was prospecting others so that she could connive and manipulate, which is that is the sales model. That's what everyone is taught. Basically, you manipulate them. Manipulation's not a bad word. It means to move around in the hand. That's all manipulate means. Manos, moving around in your hand. But still, we're moving shit around to make it the way we want. When I realize everybody's me, I can quit selling. Pardon me, me. Would me like more of this? I have some. Me would. Here, let's do a deal. Ooh, suddenly I want to help a lot more of me. That's when my sales world completely changed years ago. When I realized that it was all me and I want to help a lot more of me. But only me that wants it. And the minute she started to love herself more, suddenly, instead of prospecting, she was doing things that were moving her in front of people who might want what she wants to offer them. And here come people without her trying. There's no effort needed in this universe. I didn't say no action. I'm saying no effort. It's way beyond the law of attraction. The law of attraction is training wheels. A concept so that we can begin to accept that, oh, I can just get it. Now look at this. You ready? Ready for the ultimate? I don't deserve, I can't have, I'm not supposed to have, and when I do get, it comes with a price. I'm going to go into sales. And make no mistake, we're all in sales. Everybody on the planet is in sales in some way. I'm going to go into sales knowing I can't have, shouldn't have, won't have, there's not enough, life is hard, money's difficult. There's things you have to do to succeed. And success is the target, and I'm actually secretly a failure, but I'm going to go get into sales. Knowing that I don't deserve what I want and that no one's going to care about what I want. I'm going to be compelling. This is going to be easy. Why don't they listen when I do my presentation? The universe is my body. Everything in it mirrors of light. The universe is light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end, and that's what I am. And I've set up a set of mirrors to create this show of light as opposed to that show of light. Every life choice is just a different arrangement of mirrors, which makes the illusion of shadows and the illusion of darkness, which doesn't exist. But then I have to deal with it because I believe in it. I say, let's all just shake our butts, take a deep breath, and do a total mirror reset. Whew. Reset all the fucking mirrors. Now, let's find out. I don't know anything. What's possible now? Renita, I don't know what will happen if you start speaking your truth, and neither do you. And that's not a bad or scary thing, honey. You only know what did happen. You don't even fucking know that. And the fact that everything that happened when you spoke your truth was the fruits of what you believe happens when you speak your truth. It had nothing to do with you speaking your truth. But now you might go speak your truth today and run into something that reminds you. But that doesn't mean it's the same thing. It's really actually how you interpret it. The universe will test you with echoes because the universe is your body. It's actually all you. So you get a little echo. Oh, wait, that reminds me of, oh yeah, what did I decide I was going to do when I ran into that? No, I'm sorry, you didn't fucking hear me. Sit down and be quiet for a minute, and I'm going to say it again. Oh, you're not willing to? Sayonara, motherfucker. Oh, well, I couldn't say that. Well, okay. Brian told me to leave the people that I know I didn't. That's not what I'm saying. You have spent a lifetime teaching those people how to treat you in this way. Might take a few days of retraining. With you being unwilling to compromise and always willing to synergize so that everybody can get more of what they want. Man. Now, I gotta say, I knew Freedom 7 was a great idea. And I knew it was gonna be awesome. I did. I knew it. Did you guys know it? It was like, this shit's gonna be awesome, right? I don't think anybody signed up thinking, oh, that's gonna suck. I mean, but this is awesome. Listen, if we didn't do any more sessions, and we got more sessions coming. If we did no more sessions and we all went through these replays with full presence a few times, can you freaking imagine? Because I can't. I don't know anything. I'm willing to look in the direction that I expect could be possible, and that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm not good enough. Prospecting. When I speak my truth, I get in trouble. We are in the roots of the roots of the roots of the roots. More money equals more drama and stress. Y'all, we are in the roots of the roots of the roots right here. And it is literally a matter now of how much we will breathe it in and how deeply we will breathe it in and how much we're willing to not know. And when the moment comes up that we start to think we know, that we catch ourselves early in the process, feel the physical sensation if there is one, Do that self-spell breaking and move to the next and the next and the next. Never interpreting the moment as good or bad. Knowing that what is 0.000000000000001% of what is possible. I am always in a state of infinite possibilities, in a state of perpetual grace and innocence where nothing is held against me unless I hold it, and I don't anymore. I don't know that the fact that I did that when I was 12 years old means that I'm going to be punished someday. I don't know that. I don't know that that horrific thing that I did when I was a teenager that I've never told anyone is going to finally catch up with me. I don't know that, but if I think I do, it will. How you feeling, Renita?
Much better. My jaw doesn't hurt like it did before.
Yeah, keep loving that jaw.
I will.
Keep loving it and speak your truth a little bit and watch it just. And if all the symptoms aren't gone by midnight, don't think it ain't working. Keep listening and keep feeling. Feel that jaw. Give it all of your love and all of your attention and all of your awareness, and feel it with everything you got. Go down inside of it and feel it.
Okay.
You are infinite, unlimited, eternal being projecting out of eternity into time and space to have experience. Unqualified, unreserved experience. Infinite possibilities. You have the ability to believe in things, to learn, and then think you know. And everything that you think and believe that you know, all of it, that too, all of it's bullshit. All of it. Everything you think you know about your limitations and sunrise and sunset and stars and planets and breath, the opposite sex, the same sex, all of it, bullshit. That too, all of that, that's bullshit too, just like mine. Infinite, unlimited, eternal being. What you focus on collapses the infinite waves of possibility down to what you call reality. And because we only focus there, it seems like everything, when in fact it's 0.0000000000001% of what is possible. And knowing is the glue that holds the quantum soup into the turd of yesterday. Time for some flushing. You have done nothing wrong. You have made no mistakes. You have no flaws, no faults. Those are all ideas. You have no karma to pay for. You have no sin to pay for or be punished for. You have no brokenness to fix, no wrongs to right, and no sickness to heal. Focusing on any of those makes them true. And then you'll be surrounded by people who ever prove to you, you're right. So quit knowing, start breathing, become present to the breath and the infinite abundance that the breath is. And with enough, you'll find that everything else is coming too. Tapped into the flow. Pure love itself. All the love that's ever been and will ever be. Here now. You don't need it from anybody else any more than you need their permission. And then suddenly you can enjoy all the love flowing through you and them. And those who don't like that will walk away or change. as long as you don't know that you have to have that person in your life. And in that awareness that you haven't done anything wrong and you're absolutely flawless, perfect, eternal being projecting out of eternity into time and space, I look at you and I say, namaste. Everyone have the week that you want to have. I'll see you in the group. I love you. Aloha, everybody.
Thank you, brother.
Aloha.